Okay, guys, we are back with episode 3 of What If Imperial Germany Returned to the modern day. As you can see, Germany is pretty big. Yeah, that's been happening. You know, here, brief history lesson in this scenario. So Imperial Germany came back, then they started doing wars. A coalition formed against them, but they got pummeled. Then another coalition formed against them, and they got pummeled too. So let's see, and that's where we are right now. This is part 3, so watch the other 2 parts. And yeah, so first of all, Germany is going to go to war with Italy. Italy has remained neutral this whole series, so this is a revelation. Now the reason for this is because of Southern Tyrol. Well, that's the reason they give. And how that is a largely German-speaking population. But they do keep going after that. And they reach the coast and cut off Venice. So Italy's like... and Italy offers to a peace, and Germany agrees. Yeah. So yeah, that's a very quick war. Easy victory for Germany. Next one's going to be a little bit bigger. They're going to be trying to attack Sweden. And Sweden says no. Yeah, that's the end of that. Yeah, I lied. Okay. So, we have to get at least one more war in before the coalition. And it has to be interesting. So, Switzerland. Now, Switzerland has been building up against a possible invasion for a while now. So, they say no and take back most of their lost lands. Now, Germany is actually getting cooked by these guys. Like, this is a major embarrassment for the German people. They do wind up stopping most of the advances, but the damage has been done. Alright, so this is going to be the peace treaty for after the war. We have Switzerland gaining a considerable amount of territory. And basically restoring to their previous borders, although it's very circular. I couldn't be bothered to look up the original ones. Okay, and now we're going to get to the big event of the video. This is the one you've all been waiting for. Hold up. I've got a separate map. Yep, first time in the series. So yes, we have our North America map. Yeah, this is brand new to the series. It's even made to have, Germany killing people, I guess. So, why do we have this? It's 3 words. 4 words. The United States of America. So, seeing that Germany just got humbled by the Swiss, America is going to take inspiration and form the 3rd coalition. And it's going to include some old faces, such as Britain, France, Italy, and Sweden, as well as some new folks to this series, including America. Oh shoot, that's not right. Including America. Yeah, they're just gonna happen. Yeah, so that's... Hold up, there was one more. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, and as well as Ukraine, who thought that what they had wasn't enough. Okay, so this is not good for Germany. Yeah, this is very not good, I would say. Bad, even. I would not want to be in Germany's shoes right now. So, let's see how this war begins. It starts out with a push, from France into Belgium. Again, they always do this, man. When are they gonna learn? And Britain into, if you've seen my series, you probably know, into the Netherlands. Wow, such a shocker. Yeah, they keep trying this. It might work this time, yeah. Now, America can't reach them yet, but Sweden's gonna do some stuff. So Sweden's first of all going to chop off northern Norway, like so, and it's going to become Swedish, but that's not all. They're also gonna manage to take North Finland. Now, so far, all of this is basically just frozen tundra with nothing of value up here. Oh, yeah. So Sweden is steamrolling the northern areas of Finland and Norway. Meanwhile, they're making a attempted landing on these former Swedish and Danish territories. Oh, that's not right. Which is going pretty well. This is not looking great for Germany at first. Then we have Italy, which just got stomped on and is trying to retake their lands, but I mean, they're Italy, so, you know. Yeah. Next we got the Ukraine. And at first, Germany manages to make a minor breakthrough. Not for long though, because Ukraine just loves to pummel Germany. So we're beginning to see the formations of some front lines, but most of the help America's giving is just American troops. So yeah, these are going to be the front lines early on in the war. And it's mostly a defensive war for Germany, but they can go on the offense in places like Italy where there's... So yeah, so America's role in the war is really just sending supplies over here to Europe. And that's going to be very useful for them because it's America. So what's going to happen next is going to be very shocking for everyone involved. It's going to be the independence movement for Poland. Yeah, they're going to come back. This is going to be very important for everyone because, one, this means that Poland is going to be a major ally for the alliance. And two, Germany's cooked. Like, the front line just expanded massively, and they have to send a lot of troops in here to try and prevent it from just completely collapsing. So they do manage to prevent the worst of it, but the damage is done. Sweden takes advantage of this lacking of troops from the Baltics and manages to conquer most of Latvia and parts of the Helsinki Republic, as well as making a landing in northern Prussia, which Poland will try and meet up with, but will get cut off by the Germans. So this is not great. And then Ukraine is going to push even further into Germany and Hungary. Like, they are no remorse. This is like a full-on attack. Italy. Nah, I'm just kidding. Italy's still getting pummeled. This is the only place where Germany's ever gonna win in the no, I don't say that. They also managed to push back in Belgium and even take a little bit of French land. So these are going to be the front lines for the second phase of the war. The first phase was before Poland gained independence. Of course, up north, Sweden is still pushing down through Norway at a rapid pace, like a worrying pace, but most of that's just garbage anyway. There's nothing up there that's important. And then they do that, which is, not ideal. And then they connect it up. So, yeah, this is what Norway's looking like. It's not great. Norway's even going to try and break out and revolt, and they're going to succeed. And also make a landing in Denmark. Now Germany's just freaking out right now. Like, dude, no. The Netherlands gets fully conquered by Britain and even pushes into Germany proper. And France is going to continue. And now the full load of American forces have fully... Like, they were coming before, but, like, now they're really coming. And mostly in Italy, who need it most. And they're finally managing to push back the Germans. Like, geez Louise, dude. How did it take you that long? Croatia is also going to join in on the war, thinking that it'll be an easy victory against Germany. And they're mostly right. But it is pretty arduous. And it would be... They're doing better than Italy, but, like, you know, that's because they're Italy. Hungary is on the brink of total collapse, and then Romania tries to join into it. Yeah, Romania has a trend of joining on the winning side and still getting pummeled. But this time it will not continue, because they will manage to encircle many of the Hungarian troops here. And wipe them out. So, yeah, Hungary just capitulates. German forces will try and retake the lands, Italy style. But the worst of it's done. Hungary will be occupied for the rest of the war. Serbia even decides to come in and take a little piece of the pie, because, like, who's going to stop them? Now all these guys are working loosely together, except for Germany. They are, like, the opposite working together. They are currently at war. So this is what it's going to look like in the south. Now, Germany is just a circle. Also, Alsace-Lorraine... I can't believe this area hasn't been touched yet. Yeah, it's gonna look like that. So yeah, Germany is pretty circular, but there's a problem here for the Germans. There's kind of like a rather large portion of their country that's cut off, and it sure would be a shame if I don't know, something like a little bit of that, and then a little now the Southern Helsinki Republic will completely capitulate, but the North will stay strong and actually try and sue for peace against the attacking powers as an independent Finland. And they will actually be successful in this, surprisingly enough. Yeah, I guess begging for mercy when you weren't actually the one they were attacking works. So, you know, good on Finland. No, the rest of Finland's like, hey! And so they try and carve out a general border. Sweden wants the border to be here, but Finland... Okay, Sweden wants the border to be something like that. But Finland wants it to be more like that. So they decided on compromise and to do it like this. So that now all Finland has to do is actually take that land. That's gonna be easier said than done. I'm sure a lot of these guys are Finnish, but I'd say it's gonna look something like that. So this is going to be the groups that are in support of it and just joining up willingly. And then they'll eventually manage to take most of the land, but there will be pockets of rebellion around the land. But they're mostly squashed out. So, Finland will finally gain full independence. Finland will gain full independence from Germany for the first time since, I don't know, a couple years ago in this timeline. It's Christmas Eve right now, and I've recorded 3 videos today. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, Sweden will take the rest of it. And there goes German Finland. End of an era, I guess. Hold up, that's not right. Bam. Okay. Norway is going to keep fighting. Yeah, they're not gonna sue for peace. Who are we? Finland? No, we're gonna keep murdering these Germans. So they're going to make a push into Denmark and try and liberate the country. They're gonna wind up splitting it with Sweden roughly down the middle. And then Sweden's also gonna take that island and make a landing. Now, Belarus has been holding out for a long time, but finally just, yeah, no, screw it, I'm joining Russia. So this is going to wind up being after Russia winds up taking control of Belarus, the other countries are just gonna kind of back off because, like, you know, it's fine. And this is, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Fight Russia? You're only the strongest collective military in the world. There's no way you can do that. So yeah, they're just gonna let Russia have it. Belarus was already mostly Russian anyway. It's fine. It's not fine. Okay, so these are gonna be the borders after the collapse of Belarus, and that's not good for Germany. Nope. So basically, Serbia's gonna drop out of the war, saying, "We got what we wanted, man. Just give us these territories, and we'll be out of your hair." And the other guys agree. So Serbia gets a little bit taller, and Germany's looking like a circle. I remember what Germany used to look like. Yeah, it's looking a lot more like that, just elongated. It's pretty cool. It's basically just rotated and extended out a little bit. So France is finally, for the first time this series, going to retake Alsace. Like, my guy, it's been so long. They're also going to fully conquer Luxembourg and Belgium. And Britain is going to, heavy quotes, liberate the Netherlands under the British crown, of course. And I lost a little bit of progress here, so yeah, Norway and Sweden partitioned Denmark. Well, it's not a real partition, this is just an occupation, but you know what I mean. And finally, they will make a larger push into mainland Germany for the first time since they sent forces to Poland a long time ago. So Poland will finally get their time to shine in this series because they got just utterly steamrolled originally and have been sidelined ever since. So this is going to wind up the borders, and this is the front lines for this phase of the war. Oh, also Hungary is going to finally fall to the Third Coalition, which, I mean, this has just been a long time coming, but dang, Croatia is actually kind of carrying down south. Romania is also going to try and drop out, but Ukraine's going to say, we'll invade you if you drop out, and so they just kind of keep going. So, you know, this is a pretty devastating loss for Germany. Like, do you see how much land they have lost? This was Germany at the start of the war. This coalition is just murdering this nation. Like, anyways, Germany is finally going to surrender on the condition that they don't die. They surrender on the condition that they still get to exist after the war, which everyone's fine with. So let's see this incredibly major, world-changing peace deal. Also, I know I kind of silent record. So this is the map of. Yeah, this is pretty big. This is the map of Europe after the Third Coalition pummeled Germany. So let's take a look at this country by country because there's a lot to talk about. So let's start with France, the minorest of the major players in this war. They only got, oh no, not the minor. They were one of the lesser players in this war, but they did take back Alsace-Lorraine, mostly, as well as Western Belgium, but the east remained in German hands. Next up, we got Britain, who contributed a lot, and wound up getting a protectorate over the Netherlands, which they have to release in about 5 to 10 years as an independent country. Now Sweden, which probably saw the most rapid expansion. Let's just talk about the whole Nordic and Baltic countries all at once. So Norway, Finland, Denmark, and Estonia were all re-established as independent nations, with Sweden being a lot bigger. Like, a lot bigger. Then we have this Lithuania, or it's also kind of Latvia, which is actually under German influence still, because they, really liked Germany for some reason. I don't know. There was, a referendum and it passed, 70% in favor of sticking with Germany. Next, there's Poland. They joined in late, but were a key player in changing the tide of the war. We wind up having East Prussia here, inside Germany, with Prussia and with Poland getting completely restored as a country and a lot bigger. Next up, we have Russia taking Belarus and Ukraine expanding even further this way. Ukraine's just really long. Okay, now we have Romania, which expanded into Hungary, Serbia, which expanded into Hungary, Croatia, which expanded into Hungary, and Hungary-ish, it's just Slovenia and Hungary all at once. I couldn't be bothered to figure out what to do with these guys. Okay, there's one thing I forgot to do, actually, and it is I'll explain what's going on with Germany in a second. I just need to... There we go. Okay, now Italy, they got slightly longer because they took Slovenia. Same with Croatia, they took the other half. Okay, and finally we can move on to Germany. That's a lot, man. They got turned into the Confederation of German States. Let's just go through them one by one. We got Hanover, Belgium, and Luxembourg. This is Luxembourg. Eastern and Western Germany, Eastern Germany, Berlin, West Prussia, East Prussia, Bohemia, Austria, and Bavaria. So they got split into 11 crowns. That's a lot. Man, did they deserve it? Oh, no, this is only 10. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I can't count. So yeah, they got just shattered into a million pieces. I mean, it's not as bad as it could have been. There were serious talks to reassemble the Holy Roman Empire, but bigger. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be the end of the war, and dang, that was a big one. That peace treaty took me 10 minutes to make, just because so much changed. This would probably have major repercussions on the entire history of the world and the whole entire future of the world, but it is Christmas Eve. It is 10:30. I'm tired, so I'm going to edit this video, and bye.